All right, well, it is a beautiful day and I am feeling nice and refreshed because yesterday I took the day off. I went metal detecting and I filmed a video for my other channel for the first time in a year, which is crazy. But I'm feeling nice, I'm feeling good today. And we are at the shop, but we're only at the shop here for a few minutes. I have to pick up some boxes because we are on our way to Lancaster to meet up with Dagny and our good friend Michael, The.Cult.of.Vintage on Instagram. So there is something I want to show you here at the shop that I'm super excited about, and I wanted you guys to experience it at the same time I'm experiencing it, because I feel like that is important, because we've equally been looking forward to this and you just didn't know it. So let's head in. Here we go.
So you want to see what they've gotten done?
Yes. Oh my gosh, there is a wall here.
Yes, so there was a door there.
Yes, there was.
There will be a door here, which was that door there, the big heavy one we're going to use.
Yeah,
And this is all going to be
Oh
open.
my gosh, it's all open. This is what I wanted.
This will be shelving down the sides. And then we'll have his workstation back here somehow, some way. We'll build a workstation for him.
Yeah. Oh, there's that little goober. There is his water bottle. I was looking for that this morning.
Surprise.
Surprise. His lunchbox must be here somewhere as well.
That's a good possibility. Might even be in the pillows.
I was like, where's your lunchbox?
That's usually where I find everything in the kids.
I'm packing it in a grocery bag. Oh, well, I'm good with this for now.
So that's that. Now, back here.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Hi.
That's the other hat. That's the wash. Yeah,
wow.
So he's gonna put in another light here for us.
Okay, cool.
He's gonna move that one over to the center. He's gonna move that one over. He's gonna move this over.
Okay.
And then so we'll have another light over this end.
Cool.
And then they're redoing the entire ceiling pretty much, just to level it out and make it even.
Great.
They're going to pull that out and level the ceiling off in here.
Perfect.
They're going to fix the floor.
Yeah.
Like level it out. They're going to level it out for us. That's way.
Yeah.
So they'll level all that out for us.
Perfect.
And then he's going to put up the 2 walls to block off the bathrooms with doors. And that's going to be another $1,000. And I told him that.
Okay. And here are the boxes that we're going to be hauling very shortly.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
And it was in 4,800. How much did it come out to?
3,900.
39, because we didn't have as high a premium because we paid with check. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
So there's 21 boxes here, but I already took all the comic books home and processed those. They're already done.
Oh, sweet.
So that eliminated a whole box.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
We've got 21 boxes of stuff.
21 boxes and
now,
a quilt.
Granted, there is stuff in here that I need to go through, like 1800s paper stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you've got plenty to. Yeah, that too. And
I really liked this painting.
And the Dairy Queen menu boards.
Yes, those are for my sister's boss. Well, her boss from when she was in high school. We have this really small town Dairy Queen that my sister worked at all through high school. And she became really close with the boss, like family. And so I decided to buy these for her.
I just want to keep the one that says Mr. Misty Kiss. Can I keep that one?
Mr. Misty.
Is that a Dairy Queen?
Yeah, they're Dairy Queen.
Mr. Misty Kiss.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, they're Dairy Queen. They're old Dairy Queen menu boards. I got them for $35. I told my sister, I was like, do you want me to bid on these? She's like, oh my gosh, Mindy would love those. And so I was bidding on them. And they somebody was actually bidding against me. And I'm like, are you serious? Who else wants those?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, so I decided I was going to go to 40 on them. And then I got them for 35. I don't know. I'm going to give them to her. She doesn't have to keep them, but you know.
It's even got the old Diet Pepsi logo.
Wouldn't that be funny if it was her? Look, when you hold them up, the light shines through them.
Oh, they
Grape
had
Mr.
barbecue
Misty.
sand. I love barbecue sand. Barbecue sand is delicious.
So funny. Oh my God.
And they have grilled chicken sand.
Yes.
They must have been lighted behind them.
They're pretty cool.
Oh, I'm sure.
Those are really neat.
Now I want a Mr. Misty.
Wouldn't it be funny if like she was like, I don't want these anymore, and she put them up for auction, and then we bought them, and we're like, here you go, we bought these for you.
I don't know. Where they came from is doubtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the old Pepsi logo on there too. That's cool.
They're very neat. So anyway.
These have to be like 80s.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
80s, 90s. I like them.
They're vintage. I like them. And just like that, we are now suddenly at the Goodwill. And Dagny and Michael are already here. I was late and I told them just go in, but save some for me. So we're gonna head in, see what they've found, and see what we can find that we can flip for a profit. So, here we go. I don't know in case you oh my gosh. What? I know. Sorry. And then look, there's cocktails. Do you know what this is? Yes, I do.
Well, I do now.
And then look what he does.
Technically, Dagny also found that.
I made him buy it. And then I was like, okay, we can't shop anymore.
He's giving you that sweet face before, you know,
He kills you.
the jaws of death open, and
Give him
you're
to Misty.
yes.
You could use some paint and make like him crying blood
Right?
and like
Sweet and innocent.
Have it like glow in the dark paint, so at night.
Ooh, that
oh yeah, like right around the pupils, so he's like scared.
the eyes, just the eyes.
Eyes are following me.
Now I am going to transition into a voiceover because the Goodwill was very noisy today, but I found these glasses and I thought of grabbing them for Andrew because they had a crossed cannon insignia on them that reminded me of Civil War pieces we've found in the past, but he's not a drinker, and so I did pass on those. There were a few mugs that made me think that they could be Ray Dunn, but they were not. And then I found this. And those of you who are regular viewers know that Dagny's daughter collects these pieces, and so I passed that off to her to give to her daughter Jenny. There was a fresh bin that I decided to poke through, but there was really nothing in there that caught my eye. On the top shelf, I noticed this octopus. And down on the bottom was this bamboo car or truck, and it was just a cool decorative piece, and it was $4.99, and I thought it would make for a nice shelf decorative item, and I decided to stick that in my cart. Dagny was able to snatch this cat off the shelf, which I had been eyeing up. There were two ladies in the aisle who stopped right in front of it, and I wasn't sure exactly what it was for, if it was for books or not. Even though I really liked it, I passed on it. I've got, as you saw, 22 something boxes sitting at the shop waiting for me to dig through, and so I'm being a little selective today until I can get through some of those boxes. This sculpture was interesting, and I did tip it up to see if there was any markings on the bottom, and it did say Linda. I believe it said Linda. She did a very nice job, whoever she was. Here was a Polish pottery pie dish, and you can see there on the bottom, handmade in Poland. I loved the stars on it. It reminded me kind of a 4th of July theme, and 4th of July will be here before we know it, and so I did stick this in my cart. These will typically sell anywhere from $35 to $50. A cute little baby cherub. I considered buying this mug for Andrew because he does love Legos. However, I figured they probably don't cost very much new, and he would probably appreciate a new coffee mug more than a used one, especially when it's made of plastic. Ceramic pottery mugs, I'll buy them from the thrift store all day, but the plastic ones, I'm just not sold on the idea. Now this giraffe right here, I actually had one for each of my kids, and Dagny's trying to convince me to get it for my sister, but my sister's very particular about things from the thrift store. I have talked about that before. She's very particular, so I did not buy it for her. This planter had a chip, unfortunately, and I did love this little frog. It just wasn't detailed enough for me. I would have liked a little bit more detail, maybe a bird on it. This down here looked like it could be vintage, but on the bottom there you see it says Threshold. And so we ventured into the purses, and I took a very brief look at the purses. I really did not dilly-dally very long. Dagny found the pig that you were probably like, no, the pig. Don't worry, Dagny saw it. It was very cute. This aisle is primarily electronics and appliances. There are some lamps on the top shelf, and I liked this red lamp, but it was really worn. And some oxidation there.
Very cute. Hey, Davis socks.
What?
$124.
What?
Why?
I don't know.
Wait, what is it again? Davis 2006.
Just kidding. I just wanted to remind all of you why I do these voiceovers. So anyway, this little jug right here, I absolutely loved the coloring of this, and it was not a pottery that I was familiar of, but that original price sticker of $124, that was really intriguing to me. And so Dagny did decide to look it up and look up some of the sold comparisons for us. And so she did go onto eBay and toggle that sold there to see what they are selling for. Now there was one piece that sold for $204. That was a larger piece. You can see another piece there sold for $40. So it does have a pretty good resale value, and I put it right into my cart. This was plastic. You could tell I was expecting it to be heavier when I lifted it off the shelf. This desk down here is an American Girl doll desk. They have a decent resale value. Unfortunately, someone did paint this. I thought at first maybe it was marker and could be washed off, but unfortunately it was painted. On the top shelf, there were more lamps, and I liked these lamps. I liked that they were a pair of lamps, and they weren't in that bad a shape. And I recently sold a chalkware lamp out of my booth for $40. I figured $3.99 each. I could probably sell those for $50, $60. I will take them. Now there was some Cobalt Glass here. Always checking out the glass. These candlesticks reminded me of a Hager design. I'm not positive if these are Hager, but I've seen very similar designs by Hager, and so I did set those gently into my cart. And then we met up with Michael.
This. Ooh, what did you find? I found a leaf. What did you find, Michael?
This beautiful ancora. It's an Italian hand-painted leaf.
I love.
Now it does have a little boo-boo,
But it's pretty.
but it's still.
That Italian pottery is like, it's so hard to find without it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I mean, you know, for $3.
Heck yeah.
We've only got one listed at $55. Not selling any solds.
This fused glass apple slice I thought could have been an ornament, but I'm kind of leaning towards sun catcher, just the way the light shines through it. It looks really nice. And there wasn't a price on it, but they ended up selling it to me for $1.99. So I did put that in my cart. This planter. I love planters. I've got a thing for planters, and as we're coming into spring, I feel like I'm kind of doing a little bit more with planters, but unfortunately someone had cemented that in and it was not coming out. These plates with the checkered edge, I thought maybe they would be Mackenzie Childs. Obviously, they are not, but I am on the lookout for it. You have opened my eyes to Mackenzie Childs, and I will find it someday. I mean, I have found it before, and I didn't realize it, and I left it, but someday I will find it for real and know what it is. I liked the roosters on these plates. They looked to be vintage. However, when I turned them over, they were made for decorative use only, and that usually freaks me out about things. Sometimes I will make an exception to the rule, but not often. These looked like they could have been Pendleton rabbits, but they were not. They were just hobbyist rabbits. That one was named Nikki. This time of year, it's always great to check the Easter section to see if those Pendleton rabbits are showing up in the Easter section at the thrift stores. There was some gold in there. I liked this syrup bottle. Unfortunately, there was a giant chunk out of the lip. These were coming out on a fresh cart, and I did snatch these up and stick them into my cart. I have bought and sold these in the past. The ones that I had previously, however, were a little bit older. And when I got to the checkout, I noticed that the words were coming off of the pink one in the back. And so I ended up leaving the pink one behind and only taking the green one. This was a nice little dish, and unfortunately you can see there one of the doves had lost its wings. Dagny found a lobster mug. I found a taco holder. Just kidding, I don't think it's actually a taco holder. I do think that it's probably made in Germany, but I think it was probably intended for letters and not tacos. But it could be used for tacos. I mean, really, if you wanted to. I don't see why not. I was very confused by this mug, and Dagny actually had to explain it to me because I'm like, why is it shaped like this? I don't understand. I haven't played enough golf, I think. I still don't really understand why there is a hole in the bottom of the mug. This mug is a Mary Engelbreit. I think I said that correctly. And Dagny was very excited about this because she just sold a piece by Mary Engelbreit and did fairly well. Now this little bone china doggy I found on the shelf, and I passed it off to Dagny. She was very pleased with it. I have lots of dogs sitting at the shop. I found some restaurant wear on the top shelf, and I've got a thing for restaurant wear, but for the weight and the hassle with the shipping, it's just not always worth it. And so I left those behind, and I moved on to this teacup. And I didn't recognize the marking on the bottom. I liked the pattern of them, but teacups and teapots are usually best left to Andrew. Now, as I was walking by, I noticed a candle on the end cap, and I stuck it in my cart because we need candles at the shop. These jazz prints were sitting on the fresh cart, and I was very intrigued by these for a couple of reasons, and I'm about to show you why. They are signed on the bottom, and there are actually two versions of numbers. There's a date, and then the print itself has a series number, and then the signature also has a series number. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, why there would be two series numbers on it. If you know and want to explain that to me in the comments, I would really appreciate it. You can see 500 of 164. I'm not sure what that means because on the print itself, it also has a very small print number there. So there are actually two sets. And it was confusing to me, but I really loved these jazz prints, and they were only a few dollars. So the fact that they had a signature on them, I decided that I would take a chance on them. All right, well, our total spend there at the Goodwill was $39.09. I think they didn't ask if we wanted to round up. Usually we do, but they didn't ask this time. I feel like we got some pretty decent stuff. We didn't get a whole lot of stuff. I gotta tell you, it was so crowded today. My anxiety was through the roof. It was overwhelming. There were a lot of people there. I kept on getting like boxed into aisles, and you know, I'm perfect. Like I have a thing about lots of people in small spaces. So we still did okay. I'm really excited about that little pottery piece. Seeing the price tag on there of $127, that, you know, that makes me, even if I get half of that, I'm happy about that. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here now. We are heading to someplace new. You guys are gonna have to wait to see that video, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Later. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description.